Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2 main series again. I missed this truck. Oh man, I can't wait to drive this. Alright, so in the previous episode, we bought this setup. We bought the Volvo FH, we changed it to the low deck chassis variant. Bought a Megaliner, this beautiful trailer from Sogard 3, which is now compatible and actually uses the Crony DLC as a prerequisite. And sorry about the noisy chopper, let's stay inside the cab. Yeah, it's getting in the way of my voice. Anyway, let's get right onto it. Today we are going to Le Mans. I'm not sure how we pronounce it really, but you know that place with the races and everything. We're going to take some Michelin tires, which is actually pretty nice. I don't think I've gone to a Michelin pickup point before, but this should be possible thanks to a mod that I have, the Real Company's mod, and thankfully it is compatible with 1.32. I don't think there was an update ever since 1.31, or maybe even before that, but I think it works seamlessly. So let's get right to it. And yes, I am really missing the beautiful places here in France. The beautiful roads. So kind of need to get used to the braking on this truck. A bit different. Much more responsive. And yes, dual clutch transmission is a thing. Man, that blind spot is very, very dangerous. Someone can just come up there at any moment. And there. Turn on the lights a bit. There you go. What's the speed limit here? 80. Okay, perfect. Man. Oh. Yeah, the braking on this thing is intense, and that was just me turning on the retarder. Didn't even step on the brakes yet. Let's get going. Beautiful day. Let's start something. Although it is actually 7 p.m. Oh no. That might require us to travel at night. Although the good thing about that is we'll get to experience the sunset, which is always beautiful with foggy weather. So let's see how that works. 50 speed limit in here. Here we are. Michelin, there you go. Did you see the sign? Very nice. I guess that's from a mod, although we do have official Michelin tires as a DLC now, but I'm not sure. I think it's still from a mod. Because I don't think there's an actual pickup point with it. But let me know in case there is, right? But yes, if I were to bet, I would put this as a mod induced industry. Here we are. Yeah, there you go. Actually, it even comes with a 3D logo. Am I sure that this is from a mod? This looks so nice. Anyway, you guys let me know. Thank you. Let's pick up some tires. And today I can hopefully go through some of the questions you might have, because we are piling them up. And it's been a while since I answered any of them. Where's the trailer? There it is, I think. Do I have my axles raised? No, I have my axles lowered. Well, my axle lowered. This Megaliner in particular has only 2 axles, and you can raise one of them. So you can, yeah, that actually is a perfect example. It's a Megaliner, and it has only 1 axle. This one has 2, but you can raise one of them. I wonder if the single axle you can raise it. Look ma, no axles. A floating trailer. Might not be very good for business, that one. Yeah, that should be good enough. Let's try and park up properly here. And yes, I'm sure it's on top of everybody's minds. Oregon will be coming out this week, and you might have seen a few videos about it already. And I'm guessing, because I'm recording this a bit earlier, I'm guessing by now Squirrel would have featured Oregon in his stream, in his Sunday night trucking stream. So that's awesome. Let's go with that. But yeah, unfortunately I do not have access to it yet. I'll have to wait, I think, for the official release date. I'm trying to get an advanced copy for you guys, but I'm not sure if I can manage. Oh man, look at that rainbow. Beautiful. Let's take a shot of that somewhere. Hopefully somewhere on a bridge. Yeah, that looks really nice, doesn't it? Yeah. Care of foggy weather. And yes, I know, everyone is still waiting for the release. Still don't have news, unfortunately. But hang tight. When it does come out, it'll be worth it. Worth the wait. Let's take a photo maybe here. Let's see. There's a nice place to take a photo. Excuse me, sir. Let me just get out of this, and I'll let you drive along. Thank you. How about this one? Let's try this. Photo mode before anything else. Because the sun is not going to go any brighter. It will be nighttime driving very soon, and might as well make the most out of this spot. Now the truck is a bit distorted though, but that way does work. If we remove the blur, we see a bit of the truck. We see the rainbow in its full glory, and a bit of bends there, bit of curvature on the road. Although, let me see, I think that works best. Yeah, I think I like that. Sold. Good. I hope the episode number doesn't fully cover the truck, but we'll see. I'll make it work somehow. Oh man, look at that sunset. Beautiful. Right, yes, I'm looking forward to Oregon DLC as much as you are, guys. Really want to drive it. Really want to show it to you, but keep your fingers crossed that SKRS allows me to get a copy. But if not, then at the latest, we will check it out during the Friday stream. Friday Clumsy trucking stream. Right before I go on vacation. So at least we have a chance to check it out. I should be happy at least it doesn't release while I'm out. At least I can get a taste of it, get a glimpse of it. Yeah. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. I think we have to take another photo, guys. Sorry. Because this is just, I think, the perfect angle. Phew, look at that beauty. But look at that rainbow. And we can display like something. Yes, exactly what I had in mind. Showing a bit of the bridge. Showing a bit of an angle. Remove the blur. Oh yes, that definitely wins hands down. That is a much better shot. No doubt about it. Yeah. Let's go up. Let's go away. Let's hide that post. Let's go a bit wider. Yes. I am completely sold. Thank you. Alright, I'm happy. And when Oregon comes out, when I get my hands on Oregon, I will be driving in vanilla mode. So we experience the pure experience. Well, that's a bit redundant. We get the pure experience of driving in Oregon without any modifications whatsoever. Right, so I have a vanilla profile up and running. I leveled it up to level 5. I got my own trailer, things like that. So we should be ready to have a pure vanilla experience with an own trailer. Whoa! Wait a minute. Is this closed? Oh. My bad. I was a bit too busy talking there. Sorry guys. One sec. Why is that car in here? Yeah, I remember Bobby reported the same thing, and Alex said it's a known bug. That the Lamborghini, the Italian police, is actually in other countries as well. Interesting. I wonder which is causing that, if that's a mod-induced bug or an SES default. Oftentimes that happens when there's like an AI traffic mod, or maybe in some map mods, but I don't have any map mods enabled. I don't have any traffic mods enabled. Not sure exactly what is causing that. Yeah, there you go, sunset. Unfortunately, it will be dark very soon, but I guess seeing the sunset was a worthy experience. It was worth it. Right, let's get going. How far is the trip? 312 kilometers. Alright, we can do some Q&As. Whoa, why did it suddenly go bright? I like that. Don't know, but I don't ask questions as long as it happened. Okay, good. So yes, what else? Oregon is, we're waiting for Oregon. I'll play with vanilla when that happens, and then until then we see what we can do. There are mod updates as well. The EVR sounds, Renault Premium sounds, have had an update. He improved some of the light switches. Oh, you can hear it. You might have heard it. That one is from him. So I adopted the Renault Premium sounds on this Volvo, just the switches. So that one, also the switch for the indicators, although not the indicators themselves, not the blinkers themselves, but just the switches. Okay, there you go. Very nice wiper sounds. I think these come from Krishbom in his Volvo stock sounds. Good. Alright, so yes, let's go to the questions. I don't think I have any other updates. There are a couple of mod updates, but not too significant for a specific mention. I think, unless I forgot something, which is not too far off. Anyway, questions. When did you... So this is coming from Ansari. Sorry, this has been in there for a while and I just got to it now. Sorry for the delay. When did you screw up everything, but no one ever found out it was you? Well, there are certainly a lot of times when I screwed up a lot of things. This guy is super slow. But when no one ever found out it was you, that I don't think that ever happened. Like, I think I'm not sneaky enough to get away with things like that. I just remember one particular instance at work. I was still new then, maybe a couple of months in, and I was learning a lot of stuff, but I didn't know a lot more. So I knew a little, but I didn't know so many things about the work, about the industry, and about technical stuff. And there was a task that we needed to do, and my you could say mentor told me to do it. Like, okay, you do this, you do that. And then I was like, okay. Then I do it, I do that. And then we submit the requirement, and we thought it was done. And then one weekend, I got a call. Like, I guess this is like a few weeks after, or even a few months after. So we didn't really think much of it at that time when we passed the requirement. But one weekend, we got a call from the IT guys, the other IT guys who were in charge of monitoring the systems. So apparently there was a big event during that weekend. They were implementing some updates to the system, and part of those updates were the requirements that we passed a couple of weeks back. That same requirement that we did. So they were moving that to the system, the actual system now. And what happened was suddenly the system went down. So it was non-responsive for quite a while. The system went down, and when I say system, we have a our client is like a multinational company, one of the biggest. If I tell you the name, you'll know it definitely. So it's like one of the famous consumer goods companies out there. And so they have a very big system. It's global houses, their global products and everything. And that system went down. It became non-responsive. It went down. Everybody was like, they call it escalating. So everybody was getting woken up. The big bosses were getting woken up and everything. And so we logged in, and eventually they found out the culprit. Apparently there was an object. There was an object in there. They moved into the system that was containing so many other objects inside it, and that it was like overloading the system and introducing so many changes that were not really necessary and were detrimental to the system itself, kind of. And lo and behold, we discovered it was ours. We were the ones who implemented that, and specifically I was the one who compiled that object. So essentially, if you connect it, I brought down the multi-million-dollar system. And they were able to recover. They were able to fix it. They went to a backup or something like that. Good thing they had mitigation procedures. They had backups ready and restored the system to its old form, and they just didn't move my object in there anymore. But yes, essentially I was the one who brought down the system, and that stuck with me ever since. Did you notice that? I like that reflection. Is that like an SES default trailer? Very nice. This is what you don't notice when it's daylight. You tend to appreciate the small things. So yeah, I apparently brought down the system, and it was my fault. Although to be fair, I was simply following instructions from my mentor. So that's my defense. Although at the end of the day, I could have done better than to just listen blindly and follow blindly. But yeah, there were a lot of misses on multiple fronts, but the biggest miss was on my end, because I was the one who did the actual task. I could say that they could have checked it first, my mentor could have checked it, the other teams could have checked the object that I passed, but at the end of the day, I did it. I initiated it, so it's my fault. Yeah, I could blame anyone I want, but yeah, that is mine. And I'll forever mark that as a huge learning experience. And so when a multi-million-dollar system goes down, everyone gets woken up, the big bosses get woken up, and they look for someone to blame, right? They look for who is accountable, who did this, and what should we do to prevent it. And a good thing that the company is mature enough that they don't just look for a scapegoat. And I'm really happy that my boss, not just my mentor, but my boss protected me. So there were emails going around from the big bosses of the customer saying, who is, and then my ID, who is X10345, like that. And yeah, it was me. And so I was getting those emails. And I saw an email though that said with my boss trying to defend me and saying that it was not his fault, or not his fault alone. There were many checks and there were many misses along the way, and this could have been prevented if any of those checks were done, but we missed on multiple fronts. So it's not, the blame is not all on his side, and we need to improve our processes, things like that. But yeah, it was just really frightening to know that your job was on the line and your pride was on the line. Although I didn't have much pride back then because I was so new, so I didn't have much to lose yet. But yeah, it was a very scary experience for me. But that's the thing with these experiences, right? That's the thing with these failures. You tend to learn a lot from them. And so after that, I really studied how to properly compile an object, basically. And I'm just trying to simplify matters here, simplify the terms, because I don't want to get technical with my explanations. So I learned how to do that properly. and I always check now, and thankfully that hasn't happened again. I hope it never does again. So yes, it was a huge learning experience. I screw up everything literally. Well, didn't screw it up literally, but I brought down the system literally. And the thing is, everyone found out it was me. So for quite some time, my colleagues were giving me a very hard time about it. I think I got a nickname because of that, but yes, it's a very fruitful learning experience. I must say, I grew out a lot. I grew up a lot because of that. So, but yeah, that's a good thing about these failures as well. Aside from learning a lot, it tends to be the more interesting stories, right? Because if you do everything right, it kind of gets boring. Like, oh, I did this and I did everything perfectly, and it was so smooth. There was no wrinkle. Like, it's good, but it's not a good story for telling your friends. But failures, on the other hand, that's where it spices up. And that's what spices up things. That's what gets people off their seats or on the edge of their seats. Look at that reflection. Very, very nice. I think it comes with a Chrono trailer. It looks like it, yeah. It's a Chrono trailer. Very nice reflections. Limo. We are on track. And sorry for the pronunciation. Okay, let's get our high beams on, and yes, it's totally pitch black, so I'm trying to entertain you fully with my voice only. But yeah, unfortunately the visuals will not be so good. A box liner right there. A Chrono box liner. So yes, that's the answer to your question, and I think we can do one more one more question probably. Thank you for that, but I really wanted to tell that story because it's it's one of the exciting ones. So what is the second question, also from Ansari? What is the best and worst purchases you have ever made? Oh, that's very complicated. I can go on and on about that. I cannot really specify something concrete. I cannot remember something concrete, but I can give you an overall feeling about that. And Mrs. Clumsy knows this. I'm the type of guy who tends to fixate on things. If I see something I like, I'm kind of locked onto it, and I kind of obsess over it until I get it. And as much as I try to analyze and give a logical study whether I should buy it or not, at the end of the day, if I really like it, if my emotions if I really like it, my emotions would win, and I would find a way to justify that purchase. I would say it's an investment. I would say I earned it. I would say it's not that expensive. All the possible excuses I can think of just to make it worth my while. But yes, that's one of my weaknesses. And so when I fixate on something, I really tend to get it eventually, sooner rather than later. And sometimes after I purchase it, I tend to snap out of my disillusionment, you could say. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so sometimes I fixate on something, and apparently I didn't really like it that much, or apparently it's not really that useful to me. Like, it was getting overhyped in my brain. And I've had a couple of purchases where that happened. I think one thing that particularly strikes me is I bought a game before, and I think I can't even remember. I didn't even feature it in my channel, I think, because it's a first-person shooter. It's a team-based first-person shooter. I can't even remember the name anymore. But I was discussing about it before in the community, that I was so hyped to buy it. And I got hyped about it because of all the things that I've been reading, all the streams that I've been watching. So I bought the game, and then I bought it, and I played it for a couple of hours, and it was like, is this it? I mean, it's not really that good, huh? And it was like a full like AAA game, I think. So it costed like about $60, and the full game. So it was kind of expensive. But yeah, it ended up not being very good. And justify as I might, if I really analyze it from a neutral perspective, a neutral point of view, it was not a very good purchase. But yeah, that kind of fixation, that kind of bad habit that I have is beneficial at times, because I do get it right most of the time when I obsess over something and when I rationalize my reasons for buying that thing. Oftentimes, I make it worth it. I use it a lot. I make the most out of it. It's really something I want. Things like that. So, in one purchase that could be worth it, well, you could say my entire system is worth it, because I'm sharing this to you guys right now because of that. But yes, I guess that's a given. Another thing would be, I guess one of the most recent purchases I did was that truly wireless earbuds. I bought a Jabra, and I told you guys about this before, Elite Active, but when I told you about it, it was just in transit. So I bought it, but I haven't tried it yet. Now I've been trying it. I have been using it for a couple of weeks, I think, and it's just so good. It's just so convenient. About my stance of combining chores with podcasts and audiobooks. So whenever I do chores, I listen to podcasts or I listen to my audiobooks. I thought that was the number one. Apparently, it was a fire hydrant. I thought it was a floating number one. It looks so weird. Okay, we're here. So yes, that was a very good purchase. That is a very good purchase. I'm using it every day. Using it especially when I'm doing chores, when I'm walking outside, and I love it. Listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, learning a lot. Not having any idle moments, although having idle moments at times is good for the brain, but I'm a very difficult guy when it comes to that. Oh, a couple of box liners here. That is very nice. Is that from a mod? I don't think I have the gooseneck own trailer mod enabled in this profile, so that might be actually coming from Crony DLC officially. But that's not an ownable trailer as of the moment, but I think you can take chops with it. Also, yes, Cast's trailers have been updated, but I haven't downloaded them yet because they don't support the own trailers yet. And ever since own trailers have been implemented, I couldn't get my hands away from it. It's one of those fixations, And I don't think I can. I'm not inclined to go back to the freight market. I think I'll be staying in the own trailer in the cargo market indefinitely. Maybe I'll just switch back to the freight market for special transport or heavy haul. But even heavy haul, I guess I can stay in the own trailer, the cargo market, if and when they add the low bed trailers, the low boy trailers. Not sure how you call it in Europe again. In the US, it's low boy, right? Something like that. Let me fix this up. This is a bit edgy. That looks much better. Sharper. Crisper. Perfect. Even it out a bit and then steer again. Perfect. I'm happy with that. Let's even it out. There we go. And the green line disappeared. There we go. It's back. Man, wiper sounds are majestic. Oh, that's so good. Okay, good. Stop the engine and let's submit this. So thank you for the questions, Ansari. We have a lot more. And I'm going to try to do more advanced recording because I'm out next week. And I want you guys to have something to watch. Although I cannot promise I can fill it with daily videos, but I'll do my best, alright? I'm currently super busy with work as well, and everything is just piling on top of each other. So it's a bit hectic, but these are exciting times, to put it mildly. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good one. Hope you liked this short episode. Hope you liked that Q&A. I did definitely love sharing that story again. It's one of my, you could call that failure as one of my success stories. I would consider it a success story because it's one time that I learned really a lot. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Catch you in the next one. Clumsy Trucking. And yes, please don't forget, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, comment, share, and check out my Patreon page. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Clumsy Trucking.